She is a mother who is encouraging all women to never lose their spirit. For years, KT Parker has been using her camera lens to capture moments of joy, triumph, and sadness. Now she's put her photos into books with the goal of empowering all women to be themselves unapologetically. To share more, please welcome Kate to DBL. I gotta just show off the cover of your book, Kate. This is a cool cover.
Yeah.
This is a powerful cover. It's awesome.
I love it too. Your new book, Force of Nature, right here, baby, which I love, is your 5th book. But you chose an old photo of your daughter Alice as the cover, and I'm reading her quote here. It says, "Sometimes I have to yell really loud to make sure I'm heard," Alice says, age 4. Why did you choose this particular photo of her?
Oh my gosh, that photo is, it's one of my favorite photos I've ever taken. And Alice is she's 15 now, so it's an older photo. And I just loved that the space she was taking up. I loved that she didn't care what she looked like, that she didn't care how loud she was, she didn't care that her hair was wet. And that feeling, I remember looking at the photo and being like, it's been a very long time since I felt that way. And I wanted it to serve as a reminder to us as women and also girls that there's these moments that we feel like we are powerful beyond what we think. And so for me, it was like, I made the book basically around that photo.
That's
incredible.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And the photos featured with the stories, let me tell you, anybody, whether male, female, I feel like it can uplift and motivate everybody. You dedicate this book specifically to all the girls and women who have ever questioned using their voices. And then, to my point, you feature lots of photos of the younger generation. How did you find these girls? And did they come up with their ideas for the photographs, or did you?
That's a great question. It's sort of a mix of both. So there are some stories I hear about in the news or I read about that I track those girls down. And then there's other girls that I just want to make sure, that I want there to be a mix of aspirational and like inspirational girls in the book. And I feel like, honestly, everyone has a story of when they use their voice. But for me, it's making sure that there is enough diversity in the book and that so every girl or anybody picking up the book finds someone that they can relate to, somebody that looks like them, that maybe has a similar story to them, that inspires them.
The girl covered in mud in her Snow
I know what
White
you're going to
outfit.
say. Oh.
Did you see the girl covered in mud in her Snow White outfit?
Oh, I was going to say the girl with the baseball cap with the eyes reminded me of that National Geographic
Afghan
photo.
girl. Yeah.
Yes.
Girl. I did too.
Yeah, I'm peeking over at your photos right now. It's beautiful, beautiful. But your book also profiles women who have overcome extraordinary obstacles. And one of those stories is about a woman named Elizabeth. Can you tell us about your experience photographing her?
Sure. So Elizabeth was one of those girls that I had read about her story. And Elizabeth is I read that she was this is Elizabeth right here. She's valedictorian of her college. And she gave her valedictory speech through an assisted communication device because she is a non-speaking autistic girl. Wow. And I was just like, what an incredible person, an incredible way to showcase how we use our voices. And I just found her like completely like just a hero of mine. Really, really amazing girl.
Amazing. Kate, before you go, we want to ask you about this particular photo that we're showing right now. It's 9-year-old Marina. You say she got very vulnerable with you. Can you tell us her story?
So Marina's quote in there is, so I've actually known her for years. She was a classmate of my kids. And I took the photo of her because, she's an arresting, like she has these gorgeous eyes, a beautiful girl, and just like the sweetest soul. And then when I asked her for a quote for a book about using your voice, her quote said, in this photo, I am doing everything I can to not bob my head or have my tics because she has Tourette's syndrome. And she wanted other kids to know that it's okay and that it's not something to make fun of. And I had no idea. And when kids, especially at this age, when they're in school and if they put something out there about themselves that's vulnerable, I am just so in awe of their courage. And Marina was just a really great example of that.
She says, I'm just a regular kid who has Tourette's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kate, you are, let me tell you, doing the Lord's work right here. I can't wait to share this book with my daughter, Sophie. thank you for being here and sharing just a few of the incredible stories from your book. DBL Nation, you can get your copy of Force of Nature and Kate's other books on Amazon. Thank you again. We'll be right back.
Very
thank
talented.
you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.